Okay, so I want to go back to my project from this morning, and or maybe we should do it on horsefly. Let's do that. Let's horsefly. So let's say I want to put a dam in somewhere here. Where would be a good place to put a dam? I don't know. Let's see. Somewhere down here. Let's put in a dam right in here. Okay. So if I see what my contours are doing. Well, let's see if I can put a dam in. So we're going to go and draw. So I want to go contours of equal interval, right? So I can come in and I can see those two contours are catching. Everybody's watching me, otherwise it's going to be gun smoke for you, right? Kapow, right? Okay, so I want to use these two lines right here, and I want to maybe follow along this line right here I created as my my dam. So I'm going to go over to my map edit menu, choose stamp geometry. I'm going to do a terrain fill, and I want to work off my elevation DEM. I'm going to draw on a polyline, click on the draw button, and I'm going to draw from, let's say I'm going to go from here on over to here. And it will have read my elevation, so you can see I'm a little close. You see a little bit off there, but close enough. And we're going to use a trapezoidal geometry. And I'm going to say maybe this dam at the top of it is going to be 20 feet. It's going to have a 1 to 3 side slope. I'm going to save this on my computer, and I want to put in my folder where I was working on. That's under here. We'll call it dam terrain. And we're going to click on apply.
That doesn't overwrite.
No, it hasn't overwritten it. It created a new layer, new surface, right? So I'm going to turn this old one off, turn off my color fill. My color fill's off right. Okay, I'm going to go and turn this one on. I'm going to go and rotate this around in the 3D view now. We should see a dam in there. You see it right there? It's hard to see. Let's go over and colorize it. We'll say automatic color fill, and if I turn off my base map, you can see it's mapped that in there. You see it should have been sharper than that. I think the elevation grid is not that accurate. Let me see what it is. What's my accuracy? Oh, that's really bad. 8 foot. Let's try one that's better. Let's go over to our LiDAR project, right? That was, where's that one? That's over here. This one is much more accurate, right? This is 1 foot data, right? So I don't know if I have a place where I could have a dam. I don't really have a dam. Let's say I want to elevate this road, right? I could come in there and put a road in there. So let's do that. We'll go in here. We'll draw in a new alignment for that road. So we're going to go over again, choose stamp geometry. I'll do a terrain fill. We'll hit draw. We're going to draw a line going from here on down, and we're going to stop right there. Say done. I'm going to raise this up. I'm going to raise that up to let's say this is in meters, so I don't want to raise it too far, but let's see, we'll raise it up to like 1905, something that we can spot, right? And we'll make this 1905 as well. And then we're going to go measure how wide it is. Okay, measure how wide that road is in there. 1 to 3 side slope. We're going to save it in our LiDAR data. We're going to say road. Hit apply. Let's go look at a road. So now if I rotate that around in a 3D view and turn this other one off, can you see it there? Yeah, it's in there. It's hard to see, but let's go and colorize it. And turn off the base map. You see there's your road. Got burned in. So where would you want to use that? Let's show you an example. All right, we haven't started the 2D stuff, but let's go and look at a 2D model. I'm going to go open one up from one of our clients. So let me go over here. This guy right here. So this was for I think this is the one I want. Okay, yeah, this is the one. So here he's got a bunch of little roads that are crossing, and he wants to model that as a 2D model, and he wants to incorporate that as a channel. So in our map terrain command, there's a stamp multiple and stamp geometry. You don't have the stamp multiple in your command. In your version, it'll be in the next release of the software. But basically, it allows you to do multiple stamp commands. I'm going to just do one. We're going to do a terrain cut. That's our terrain surface. We're going to draw on a polyline. So I'm going to just go from here to there. And I'm going to measure. I'm going to use the endpoint terrain to measure what's going on there. I'm going to come in there and measure how wide I want it. So I'm going to measure from, let's say, here to there. So 40 feet is so 40 meters, I guess. And then we're going to save it on a computer, and I'm going to call it new terrain. Yes, override that and hit apply. It's going to stamp that cut in there. It's going to go and sample it on both ends and then burn that in along there.
Is that sort of in lieu of a culvert? Do you want to do that?
Pardon me?
In lieu of a culvert?
No, if you're doing a 2D model, you want to have the base terrain without any roadways in there. You want to burn those out, and then you put those in as structures. Now this is 1.6 gigabytes, so it's going to take a little bit of time to process. And so that's why we came up with the multiple command. That way it does it one time. It doesn't go through each one. It takes too long to do that. Where you might want to use this is if you had like a bridge structure and you had wing walls or guide banks that kind of guide the water through that, you could have it burn in some wing walls for you, stamp those in. So now you can see it's been stamped in there. Okay? All right, so we did that. Any questions?
I've had problems in 2D modeling with putting in culverts and getting the elevation right. So instead of trying to put a culvert through something like that, it would be better just to burn D in. Like if there was a little circular culvert there or something.
For a 2D model or 1D?
Yeah, for a 2D model.
Yeah, the problem with 2D models is the culverts have to be above the cells. They can't be below the cells.
Yeah.
So in our software, I haven't done the 2D example yet, but it'll read the surface on both sides and assign the culvert elevation that way. Or you could use, if you wanted to go and lower the terrain, let's say you had a culvert entrance right here and it was too high, you could go over here and you can choose adjust elevations, and you could draw in a little polygon representing the area you wanted to lower, something like that. And then, so it's got a little rectangle there, and you can lower it down or something like that. You could use that command.